Hey everyone, it is Marina from the jungle. Sunday here in Australia, and it is overcast, but beautiful weather as always, it seems to be. But I wanted to take some time out from my Sunday to do this short video and try to inspire some of our community, wherever you are in the world, to join us online for our May Hype Circle. Now, Hype Circles, you'll see in other videos, online masterclasses where we just come together and we look at a topic and we sort of explore it from the viewpoint of freelancing and what it means to us. But the May Hype Circle is going to be opened up to anyone interested in how to deal with discrimination. Now, why is this topic so important to myself, as an individual, and yourself? If you're watching this video, you probably may have experienced discrimination and not been sure what to do. Yeah, we're gonna cover all of that in our little hype circle in May. But it's also really important for us to keep this conversation going, because it would seem by the research that's out there that discrimination is unfortunately on the rise. Yeah. So a study was done in Australia back in 2023 that asked, like, a typical worker, not just freelancers, everyone, like, said, hey, how do you feel about your own experiences of discrimination? And they sort of looked at it for the last 12 months. The study was done by the Diversity Council of Australia, so a legitimate place. And frighteningly, they said the community being sort of explored and asked to be surveyed, 30% of Australian workers are now saying that in their day-to-day work, they're experiencing discrimination, potentially leading to harassment in their day-to-day life. Now that's up. That's up by nearly 10% from 2021. Like, it's crazy. Now, the discrimination has lots of impacts, like wage rates, opportunities at work, but the big one is just your mental health. And we know when you lose your mental health, how much time and money and effort it takes to be able to get back to a position of harmony with yourself. And this force of discrimination should not be something any of us have to endure. There are a couple of subsections around discrimination that we're going to explore in the Hype Circle. So discrimination is a broad thing. Yep, it happens. It happens. And in freelancing, it happens quite a lot. And we'll talk a bit about the work we're doing at Jungle to help stamp out that. But there are other segments within the work community that probably have a smaller voice. So discrimination against migrant workers, as an example, in a Victorian government study back in 2023, sort of late 23, it found that 54% of migrant workers who have decided to come to Australia and build a life feel that they're being discriminated against. And a frightening 59% said that they felt unsafe in the workplace because of their ethnicity. That is mind-blowing. And it is not okay, particularly for us in Jungle who have an unerring, I would go as far to say, stubborn view around equality. Now, we all know that the gender pay gap is a real thing. So depending on which study you're looking at in Australia, the gender pay gap is anywhere between 21.7%, and that's a 2023 figure as well, or right through to 11%, which is a November 2024 stat. Sort of depends how you rate it, and sort of depends on how you look at the data. But it shouldn't even be like 5%. So let's just forget about all that and just say, hey, this inequality and the discrimination is not okay. So I hope I've sort of rattled the cage a bit and I'm inspiring you to come to our May session. It is free. It's an online session. It is a chance for us in a closed community with some clients I think will come along to talk about what are the micro behaviours that we see around discrimination. We also are going to jump down into the mental health impacts, of which they are profound. And we'll also look at how we can help each other, and also maybe push against this whole idea of discrimination in the workplace and start to create a safer environment for everyone. So details are going to be below. It is in May, Australian time. So I'm not going to give you, it's sort of around the 15th, 16th or 14th, depending where you are in the world. The tickets are limited so we can maximise the amount of engagement. We're not looking for masses of people, but gee, do we hope you come along and join the conversation around why discrimination should be stamped out in the workplace. Have a great weekend, and hello from cold, overcast Australia.